Greetings, mathematicians. Well, now that we know how to figure out if shapes are similar, we are now going to assume that they are similar, and now we are going to have to find missing angles and possibly some missing sides. So here we go. Ooh, that's bad. Dang, we could have gotten some of that last week, I would say. All right, let me get my screen set up. And again, it will be handy to have a calculator. Whoa, now I'm too zoomed in. All right, here we go. This is the sheet that we are going to go over. All right, so corresponding angles from the last video, we know that they are congruent. Okay, so that means equal. They're the same. So those angles don't change. All right, so let's take a look at if we know that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, you can see, yeah, they kind of look the same. Okay, all we're doing is enlarging it by the scale factor. Okay, and we'll figure that out down below. Okay, but let's talk about the angles. The first thing I'm going to do is mark the corresponding angles. A corresponds with D, so I'm going to put 1 arc. B corresponds with E, and do 2 arcs. It helps me know that which ones exactly are congruent there. And C is congruent with F. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I can fill in the missing blanks for the degrees. So it says, well, hey, what is angle A going to be? Well, I know that it is corresponding with D and they're congruent. So now I know that A is going to be 82 degrees. All right, well, what about angle E? Well, angle E corresponds with B and they're congruent, 38 degrees. Now, we don't have angle C or F, but what I do know is that a triangle's angles add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to take 82 plus 38. And that equals 120. Now I'm going to take that away from 180. And that is going to leave then angle C and F 60 degrees. Down below, we're going to talk about the sides. Corresponding sides are proportional. Okay, so they are not congruent, but they should be proportional. Now, because they are giving us that these two shapes, they are congruent, I don't have to go through it to determine that they already are. Okay, so in a book, they'll already put this tilde symbol, so we know that they are congruent. Well, we need to figure out the scale factor. Now, as I look around, the only two sides that have given information are ST, okay, ST, so 2 arcs, 4 arcs, 2 arcs, 4 arcs, so I know that gets kind of skinny, but I know those are corresponding sides. So I can set up a ratio. 16 is the length of ST, BC is 4, and I simplify that and I get 4. So this shape compared to the bigger shape, we take those smaller values and we times them by 4 and we get then the missing lengths on that bigger side. Okay, so let's check it out. So CD is going to correspond with TU. Okay, and I know that the scale factor is 4, so I'm going to go 5 times 4. Okay, and 5 times 4 is 20, and that's going to equal y. So down here, I'm going to put that y has a length of 20. Now for x, okay, I can see that AE corresponds with RV, and 3 times 4, 4 is your scale factor, that's going to equal 12. So the missing length is 12. And always keep in mind that these are kind of drawn to scale. Um, you know, this looks like, okay, it doesn't quite look like it would be, length of 12, but we just have to go with it, okay? All right, so we've got that this bottom shape is similar. We're first going to figure out what the scale factor is. So again, as I look around, these kind of match up. These go together. Looks like 8 and Z go together. Oh, okay, so I have 6 and 3. So that's a given information on both of them. And I can simplify that to get the scale factor. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So the dimensions from the smaller to the bigger, we are multiplying by 2. All right, so let's see what we can figure out. So x, if I take 2 times 2, that's going to make the value of x length 4. Okay, for y, now this time I'm going from the bigger shape to the smaller shape, okay? And so if I think about it, well, timesing by 2, the inverse is dividing by 2. 10 divided by 2, y would have a length of 5. And then for z, I have to do that same thing. So if my scale factor is 2, it's like, well, what times 2 gives me 8? Okay, or you can think of inverse operations. 8 divided by 2 would give you that z is 4. So now you're going to do an activity where you are going to have missing sides, and you are going to figure out what some of the missing sides will be equal to. But the first thing you'll have to do is figure out what the scale factor is.